Asking the church, where is your money going?
Well, Mr. Ryan, I'm so glad you asked. So for today's lesson, let's do some basic math facts, shall we? The average church only brings in about $300,000 a year. With that $300,000 a year, all operational costs must be met. Lights, water, cleaning, insurance, cleaning people, toiletries, paper, printer, ink, grounds upkeep, the list goes on and on. And that's before we even get to paying mortgages, interest on said mortgages, and sometimes second mortgages, depending on the financial history of the church. Oh, did we forget to pay the pastor who probably has an undergrad, graduate, or sometimes even a doctoral degree in order to be efficient and proficient at their job? Let's talk about the other staff in musicians, student leaders, custodians, and the like. So where is your tithes and offering going? It's going to running your local church.
You need to start asking the church, where is your money going?
So, the age-old subject, the age-old debate. So to add context to it, basically, the woman was defending the church, and there's nothing wrong with it. And she was just breaking down, where the money goes. I mean, we know the rabbit hole goes deeper, with some positives and negatives to it. But hey, it's a topic today. Let's talk about it. What's y'all thoughts? Who want to go first? Go, Quality. I'm gonna let you go first, Quality. Go.
All right, I'm gonna start this thing, y'all. First off, let's deal with the simplicity of the question. The man asked where the money was going. She explained it. That is that simple right there. She explained it. Now, whether or not it really go there, yeah, that's the part that we gonna count. That's the part that we gonna debate right there.
Sounded good.
We gonna have our action at right there. But what she said, okay, I hear you. He asked the question, he got an answer. I'm gonna say this last thing, and then at this point, I'm gonna let y'all take off. That was this church that's over here by my house, and the pastor has different locations. This man had a private helicopter that would literally land on the church. I mean, he got a spot in the church for the helicopter to literally land and pick him up and whomever he chose to take with him, and they go to the other church. Now, I don't know, y'all. I'm pretty regular, and I know H-Town kind of big. We flat. I get it. So, but my man, you don't drive. We don't drive. Everybody else got to drive. Did we get a ride in that helicopter? No. And how did you pay for that? I understand he got other stuff he made. He got other income he might have coming in, but you don't think the members of that church think that some of our money went into his pretty helicopter, his pretty car, his nice home? You don't think we think our money is sitting in some of that? At that point, I'm done, y'all.
Ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, your boy make an interesting point, man. Because all right, so Buddy asked the question, right? Cool, get it. You know what I'm saying? You answered it, cool, get it, right? But it'd be kind of hard. It'd be kind of hard for me because I've attended church throughout my life, several churches. You know what I'm saying? You could pretty much wing out. I don't know if it's the game, you know what I'm saying, but you could pretty much wing out what kind of pastor is what. You know what I'm saying? But I just find it hard for me if I pull up to your church and not saying I'm in no hoodoo ass ride, you know what I'm saying? But I got a nice car. It's crazy when I'm pulling up to see the pastors parking with a Beans in it or a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? You preaching the word of God. It's supposed to be what's the word? You preaching the word of God, not a hobby, but you supposed to be doing that just off the faith that you have in him, right? Like monetary ties shouldn't influence you to be a pastor. But nowadays, bro, it's like that's what made it hard for me to go to church. Because I hear you it sounds all good. Like stupendous, great job. Your mouthpiece on you is crazy work, right? But then what? Like all I see is me struggling and me giving you offering. You know what I'm saying? And you man, it's like motherfucking Ice Cube in NWA, nigga. You eating lobster and steak, nigga. And I'm at home eating fat burger. The fuck? Now, for real though, man. So, like I said, church lady made all that sound good. Praises to you for the mouthpiece work that you did there, man. But come on, let's be real. That's it, Rich. You got it.
Look like Rich might be on.
Say, no, I'm coming.
There you go.
I was
Hello,
muted.
Pickable.
Listen. I was on the side of that, but lately I've been having a change of heart.
Hold up, man.
Now,
What?
no, I'm not having a change of heart that way. I'm just saying a change of heart because what I'm looking at is that guy you was talking about, Quality, is Dr. Ivy Hillier. I didn't had dinner with him. I didn't kicked it with him. And he has recanted his prosperity preaching because he said that's nowhere in the Bible. And he couldn't keep leading his people, like that to a burning house, all that there. But some weighed on him, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the thing, But at this point, can I ask y'all a question? Do we fault the preacher or do we fault the people that's giving? Because he ain't making them. He ain't holding no gun to the head unless you that other nigga who said lock the door. Now, he different. Now, he different. He told him lock the motherfucking door. Now,
Hey, lock the door.
Yeah, lock the door. Now, I wouldn't fuck with him. He's serious. You know what I'm saying? He locked the door.
He said lock the
said,
door.
I know we can get 40,000. He said, I know goddamn well we can get 40. That was that right there, you crossing lines because now you going into extortion. You going into if this was a job, what he did would be what a CEO would do to another. It's a power dynamic. Because I'm the pastor and I'm telling y'all ain't got enough. My power dynamic will guilt y'all into giving me more money. So I don't think that's right. He used his power dynamic to get more money. And as a pastor, you shouldn't do that. You should give a good word, this, that, and the other, I feel. And if the people want to give you money, that's on them. You know what I'm trying to say? Just teach yours better. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't take that much to do what you do, because you got to realize they get love. I mean, they get offerings, they get breaks, they get money, they get all kind of stuff. So, you know what I'm trying to say? Them pastors, it's just a business to them. You know what I'm trying to say? Now, me, I grew up old school. Pastor had a job. He used to cut the yard. He had an old Chevy, old Ford truck. He come by, get a piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? We saw where the money was going. He said he needed money for crowd rolls. He wasn't bullshitting because the whole church was broke. You understand? But now, like you say, yogi nigga putting up in a Bentley and shit. Hey, man, you shouldn't ask for a motherfucking thing. Excuse my language. What you need money for? You're in a Bentley. You understand what I'm saying? Mr.
Whatever
Condo,
money you need, put it out your pocket.
If the church lights need to be paid, Mr. Condo, Pastor, they ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, Mr. Condo.
Yeah, Mr. Condo one time for us. You know what I'm saying? Don't sweat that on me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can help you, though, if we play this game called This Week is Yours, Next Week is Mine. You understand? You get all the money this week, Pastor, and then next week it's like a lottery. You bless 4 more people in the congregation. You understand? Spread the money around. You keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Get your goddamn pyramid wheel going or something. They don't make it
I can promise you that ain't happening.
But I think the churches ought to move in the direction of what we just saw for the dude who we got the flowers. They should teach more economics. They should teach more of that than more how to get to heaven. Because I think we all know how to get to heaven. Just don't do nothing wrong. And what's not wrong? Shit that you know ain't right. See, that's simple. So if they teach the community,
you ain't lying.
No, that's the truth. We put too much thought in a bunch of dumb shit when it's just simple. You know what it is. So if the pastor would have, instead of Bible study on Wednesday, economic class on Wednesday, show you how to bounce this money around, show you how to do this, show you how to, with the housing, how to get your house, how to do it. If they had programs like that in church, I could see them lasting. You know what I'm saying? I could see the money coming in. They could do something with it. But it's hard to understand. I'm fucked up and you coming up in a Bentley and your wife got on Balenciaga head to toe. You see what I'm trying to say?
Got a mink jacket on, French out the shop. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, that's his fourth wife now. That's his fourth wife. That ain't his first one. That's his fourth wife.
Me, if I go to church and you got a bunch of money, like if I go to Lakewood, I think Joel ought to give a little envelope. I think he ought to give me some money. You understand?
For real.
I'm thinking he ought to help the left
Pop
party.
saying
I'm
something.
thinking, I'm thinking you ought to slide me something. You know,
Pops
don't look
was-
like you hurt.
Hey.
You shouldn't be collecting nothing.
Hey,
You know,
Pops was balling too. Pops
yeah.
balling and the
But
son
you know
balling.
what? If they put a cap on a church, that'll change a bunch of shit. This all you can have. This high as you can go as a church. I don't give a damn what you're doing. This your roof. You know what I'm saying? If it's 100,000, if it's 10,000, you shouldn't be in the millions and you're a church in a black community. You shouldn't be in the hundreds of thousands at a church in a black community where the average house is 40, 50, $60,000. I know goddamn well you shouldn't be pulling in over damn near $250,000 from that church out that community. You killing us. We going dry. We going dry to try to meet Jesus. We're going broke trying to meet Jesus, man.
I don't want to butcher a homegirl name in the comments too, but she said the black community like basically made the black church rich and they don't do nothing for the community. They don't. Man, bro, you can
put some respect on.
It was a time. Huh?
Respect. We'll put some respect. Camilla Sierra.
My bad, Miss Camilla Sierra. My apologies. But like you was back in the time, man, like me when I was growing up, man, you can call a pastor making a house call and everything. Man, they don't do none of that shit no more. But you expect me to come to your place and put my hard-earned money into your basket. So like you, man, nah, bro, I'm cool.
But you know
man,
what?
Look, man, hold up, Rich. I'm finna hit you across the head with one no. Man, church, man, church ain't even a building. Church is the temple we in, man.
Okay.
You gotta go to no church house to get the word of God. I can sit in my comfort balcony on my own home and give myself my own teachings of what he expects. You know what I'm saying?
Reading.
Listen, man, I understand it's been an uprise. If y'all haven't paid attention, it's been an uprise of people going into church knocking the shit out the pastor. Remember that nigga had that suit on? He went knocked the shit out that Cadillac, man. He was in a pink Cadillac. Then that youngster that walked into church and jumped on the drummer. See, you got to realize people getting tired of this. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's too much. You see what I'm trying to say? If you keep doing something, you know the definition for insanity, to keep doing the same thing thinking you're going to get a different result. That's insanity. And that's the way I look at that. You know what I'm saying?
So can I ask a question?
If it change you and you doing something better, and hey, more power to you. But the ones that you know you're gonna leave church and go smoke and drink and fuck and rob and still, don't waste time, dog. Don't do yourself like that.
So can I ask y'all the question? If y'all was in that church house when Marvin Sapp did what he did, what would y'all reaction would have been?
I'd have snatched the plate. I swear when that plate would have went around, I'd have got me about 200 or 300.
That's the lock the door dude.
I'd have stole out the church plate. I'd have got me a couple hundred. I'd have got me some. Shit, let him pass that back one more time around. That nigga say, hey, I want you. He's better yet. That day, you remember, he said, bring the money up front. Put the basket here. I want to see everybody. He said, if you did it on your phone, bring your phone. Let me see. Now, that's just too goddamn much.
I'm not doing all that. If I got to do all that to prove to you, I gave something to this goddamn church. You kiss my ass.
We gonna see. Hey,
I'm walking clean up out of there. Fuck your lock in your door.
Yogi, I know you're a man of my heart. I feel on it. We're gonna see how good the security is that day. Because I'm coming to buy that.
Damn right.
Hey, we finna wind that shit the fuck up.
We finna see if they security any good. You finna find out today, Pastor, about your security, because we coming to buy here. Yes, sir.
You gonna open that goddamn door.
Who? He ain't got to. We gonna open it. Listen, I'm through talking. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going out the door. Any resistance I will take as an act of transgression against me, and I will defend myself. Shit, you got me fucked
Mr.
up.
Officer, sir, I felt like I was being kidnapped because I was being held against my will, and I did what the fuck I had to do to get up out of there. So you gonna arrest me for that? I take that. Cool.
Listen, I'm going with it. Yes,
we going to court.
Rock, what you got, man?
Come on, Rock. I see that old brain bubbling. We see that brain bubbling, Rock. Come on, man.
No, I'm enjoying y'all, man. I'm enjoying y'all. But I'm gonna say this. Before I start, man, I 1000% agree with Rich, man.
Yeah.
You know, everything he said, basically, I ain't gonna even repeat it. Some of what I might say gonna kind of mimic what he said. But I guess to put in my own words is, I don't see nothing wrong with what the woman said. I absolutely unequivocally don't see nothing wrong with what you said. I have no problem with it. It sounds good, you know what I mean? But you know, there are churches that do that and things like that. But it's a lot of I'm gonna say this. You know what? I'm gonna just go into the next subject. I'm gonna go into the next subject. It's a perfect
that must be a segue.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a segue.
going, okay.
It's a
Sound like a
Yeah,
segue
do
to
that.
me.
Let's do that. All
Yeah.
right.
Boy, smack water.
You gonna tell me about some shit you ain't never seen, bitch ass nigga. You can miss me with the whole ass shenanigans, man.
Wait. How do you know that people haven't seen it? That's my point.
Well, hold up, but we all can agree that everything has a beginning. So what's the beginning of God? Look at you cake ass niggas.
No, I'm not
boy,
saying,
I wish y'all could see these goofy looking niggas faces.
We're not saying that we understand it.
I'm not saying you don't understand it, but niggas like
we just acknowledging the fact that.
No, I'm just saying what's the beginning of God?
Smack, he is the beginning.
Right. How do you know it's a he? How do you know it's just one? See, you're going based on what you was
I was taught.
What you was taught.
Yeah.
This is a learned fucking behavior. You can't tell me about some shit you was taught.
No, look.
You don't know, my nigga. Come on.
No, I'm talking about.
How the fuck is you gonna tell me about some shit you ain't never seen, bitch ass nigga?
That should have been the icebreaker.
That's my nigga right there. That boy smack be going
Now
on.
you absolutely right. That should have been the icebreaker. You absolutely right. That's how you break the ice. That nigga there.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm speak on the last one and then kind of feed it to the next one with some questions for the next one. So, like I say, the lady, I have no problem with what the lady said. You know, I respect it. You know what I mean? My thing is this. I have no problem with the pimp and I have no problem with the hoe. I respect it. I actually admire their relationship. I admire it. You know what I mean? And so when I see churches where the preacher, preacher is
we caught that nigga.
And he's showing and his hoes is loyal. I admire that shit. You know what I mean? More power to that pimp. Preacher. I admire that shit. Hey, that shit should be studied. And it has been studied. You know what I'm saying? But what I will add to this is this. And I'm just gonna go into the segment about, you know, with Smackwater. Shout out to Smackwater, H-Town in the building.
Shout out Smack.
What I've said before is religion is the biggest nonviolent. The black church is the biggest nonviolent gang in the world. There's a church on every corner, just like a liquor store, just like a pawn shop, just like a hotel. And so it always was interesting how all these four things exist heavy in black communities all across America. But yet the one entity, which is the church, that's supposed to be what saves the community, what's supposed to breed the best out of the community, literally does nothing. There's no positive results out of this shit from a standpoint of the overall race of African Americans. You know what I'm saying? Marriage has went down, crime has went up. You know, so so forth and so on, and these guys are supposed to be the leaders. Another thing where I agree with Rich is this. Where I'm from, real preachers had a job. When did the preacher not have his own income? He's supposed to be doing the work of God, not for profit. Not saying that he shouldn't profit financially as well. That's, you know what I'm saying? But when your job, when you all majority of your income is from preaching the gospel, I'm gonna question your legitimacy.
Sound like a pimp to me.
Sound like a pimp to me. That's pimping.
He gonna
You know what I'm
justify
saying?
it by
The only
saying
difference
God gave him that.
the only difference is that the government is assisting this pimp. The government is okaying this pimp to pimp while trying to create these bullshit sex trafficking laws, like you can't fly a bitch on a plane, to lock the other pimps up, which is pure hypocrisy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I hate to say it, but you got to think about this. The new COINTELPRO has become the black preacher. That's the new COINTELPRO. They work directly with the government to keep black folks marginalized, minimalized, and at bay. Because their attitude is, hey, we need us some coons, we need us some sellouts. Who better than to buy the preacher? Let's buy the preacher and pay the preacher to sell these niggas heaven.
Because the preacher will take the payday.
Exactly.
That nigga's money hungry. He's gonna take the payday.
That's why no leaders. Nobody preaching. Nobody's preaching to preach.
But to your point, Rich, these were our leaders, but they bought now.
That they bought. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Rich, we leaders. At my mama house, we leaders, nigga.
Yes, I'm with you. But the thing about it is, man, anything that we do when money come involved, it becomes wicked because we agree. We got to fight. Like I tell you, the eye's the greediest thing on the body. So when we start seeing stuff, like if you see the pastor making money or you see him in a Bentley, we automatically think that's our money. And sometimes it could not be. Even though it could not be. You don't have to explain it to us, but goddamn, priest, you know what I'm trying to say. Because if you pay attention, the most wealthiest neighborhoods, the most well-off neighborhoods, they don't have a lot of churches. You know why? Because they know the influence of that. So they watch who influenced the people that's around them. See, we don't do that. We don't govern ourselves. We let anybody move in the hood, Chinese, Arabs, any church, any nigga. We don't govern that. See, white folks, I hate to say it, they govern that shit. Who is you? How you gonna be a pastor over here? Because he know you're gonna be feeding the people over here. See, we need to know who feeding the people over here. If these your flock and they ain't growing, say, we need a system that can come in and check that shit. Say, man, you've been here past 5 years. Ain't shit going on.
You know what the white
we got a pastor. You got a church in every neighborhood.
Rich, let me add to that. And then I'm gonna let Yogi go, and then Trust us go if you want. I'm gonna keep it simple. I tell people this all the time, especially black people, because we the biggest slaves to religion, right? And first of all, the word religion means to hold down or oppress. That's what it literally means. But let me say this. Every time I tell big religious black folks this, I swear for God, I see fire smoke come out their nose.
Yeah, it's a fight. It's a fight.
You want to know the difference? Because they always try to argue, oh, everybody else is religious too. This ain't, no, let me explain something to y'all. To all y'all out there listening, let me tell you the difference between black folks in religion and every other folk in religion. Black folks buy religion. White people sell it. I'm done.
Bars. Drop the mic, nigga. Hey, yo, Church, you got it though, man. I was just finna piggyback out something Rich said, man. So you got it. What's your thoughts, man?
Man, I didn't see the clip y'all boys was talking about, but if I have to speak on religion, man, especially in the black community, we got Rich say it's one church in every neighborhood. I'm gonna go as far as to say it's several.
Yeah,
They
you ain't
compete
wrong.
now.
You ain't wrong.
They
No,
compete now.
hold on, Rich. No, trust. He was saying it's usually like just one church in the white neighborhoods, and in the black neighborhoods, it's a million of them.
Yeah, they everywhere. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm totally done with religion for one simple fact: numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all collecting billions of dollars a year, talking about heaven, and the hood still fucked up. Give me mine right now. I don't wanna wait on the motherfucking thing. So yeah, I'm done with religion. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't
Well,
get me wrong. I believe in the creator, but I don't believe I gotta go to Pastor Pochop to you know what I'm saying?
We can go to Pastor Kinfo, we can go to Pastor Pochop and get a plate. God damn.
Since he going now, let me add this. You said a key thing. Religion. People are tired of religion because religion comes from the root word rituals, which is what it started from, which is religion is a ritual and different sects. So I like what you said because I'm having the privilege of kind of interviewing some Christian rappers for a Christian podcast. So I asked them, "Are you spiritual, a believer, or a Christian?" And they've been saying they believers, and I like that you don't give up the belief in something, but because see, I feel if you take something from a man, I gotta give something. If I take your Christianity, I gotta give you something to replace that. I can't just leave that hole empty. So I can't tell you don't believe. I just don't believe the way they gave it to us. I don't believe the white man the way he brought it. But I'm just saying I don't believe. I just don't believe the way they believe. So that's when they say, "Oh, ye who believe." It didn't say what you believe in, but long as you believe. So we can start there. And then whatever you believe in, that's what you believe in. At least we got some belief because you got believers and non-believers. So you have to figure out what the believers. If you believe in something, I'm not saying it had to be Christian. It's just your belief.
Let me add
we
to
can
that.
build that because we're men. We all have a belief.
Okay, so let me add to that. And it's not negating nothing you saying because I know your intentions is totally just, and I know Trust's intentions is totally just. It's just that, and I know y'all gonna respect it, especially Trust, because he understands words. What I've found and learned that a big part of the problem with Black people is that we're under spells, right? Spell is short for what? Spelling, right? Ing is to what? Come into or fall into, right? Spell is what? Words are what? Words full of spellings.
Yeah.
So to me, what I've learned, a big part of the problem is that we believe in too much, right? If you look up the word believe, it literally says the hope and the assumption or hope thereof. So what I notice is when a lot of people say believe not, child, I mean those strong Christian or strong religious people, right? They always, when they say I believe and I believe, you notice they screaming from the gut, right? And they're screaming from the gut as if it's actually is. Subconsciously, they're saying, I'm really not sure. That's what believe means. So I told a person one day, I told this chick one day, because she was asking why you're not religious. I said, she was like, do you believe in God? I said, I don't believe in nothing. It kind of threw her off. So she was like, what do you believe in? I said, I don't believe in nothing. I told her physics taught me that either it is or it isn't, and anything in between is considered a theory. So I blew her mind. She was like, okay, let me process that. I said, let me help you explain. Let me make it simple. Do you believe you're on the phone talking to me, or do you know you're on the phone talking to me? He paused. And then she said, yeah, I do know I'm on the phone talking to you. I said, exactly. I say, see, I don't have to believe in God when I know God exists. So she said, well, how do you know God exists? I said, you're talking to him.
Hey, Rob.
God is in us. God is of us. We are God. Everything around us, everything that exists is a manifestation of God's presence.
So you
Right?
believe God then, because you said
I don't believe. I just broke that down. I don't
He
believe.
knows.
Oh,
He
you know,
knows.
I got you. But let
I
me
know.
ask you this.
I
Can
know
ask you,
God exists.
let,
I
let,
know
let,
I'm on a live podcast with y'all.
let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
believe I am.
Do
What
you
happened?
know, do anybody on this podcast know how they look?
I
Have
look
you
like
ever
Yogi.
seen your face? Have you ever seen your face?
In the
Nigga, I'm looking
mirror.
at my
Nobody,
face now.
nobody on here have ever seen their face. You seen a reflection
A
of what you
reflection.
face
Yeah.
supposed to look like.
I was
You
just gonna
never
say that.
seen your fucking face.
Never.
You never seen it. You
Yeah.
can never see your face. You only
That's
see
how
a
you know we
reflection of what it
God.
was.
We are God.
I'm just asking the question. Hey, it's a deeper subject, but I leave
Yeah.
it alone.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
put
That
that
shit
little
was
bit
No,
right
deep.
no,
there.
I
no.
ain't gonna
With
lie.
where you
No,
going?
Yeah,
I
he
ain't
got
gonna,
to
I ain't
fuck your
gonna, I ain't
head
gonna
up
get
with
to that.
that.
I ain't gonna go
Rich,
that. I'm not
we
gonna do
agree
y'all like
with
that.
you, bro.
I know. I'm just
I
gonna
knew
leave.
your
I
Yeah,
was
you
answer.
gonna go
know, you
somewhere.
know.
I was
I
gonna go
already knew your
somewhere.
answer.
I want to
That
see
shit
where
was
he was
deep though,
going
man. I
with
like
this.
that, Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that
ain't
one.
Hold on,
nobody.
Rich. Watch this. Trust. Trust. Remember the story I told you about when I was going through something? And I end up, and remember how I told you I used to wake up every day, every night, looking in the mirror, going out, putting on clothes, looking in the mirror. Remember I told you I had never looked at myself?
Mm.
You
Yeah,
told us that on the podcast, bro.
I
yeah.
sure did.
You told us that on. I
So
remember that
he's
conversation.
totally right. And remember, I told you I end up catching my eye, and then my eye focused in and zoomed inside my eyes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
boy,
You
that shit
see,
fucked me up. That was the first time I looked in the eyes of my soul. I had never looked at myself. But like Rich say, that matches with what Rich said. Have you ever seen yourself? Because what I'm saying is that he's right, because what I realized at that moment, that man, bro, this flesh is just a cover. This is our clothes. Our soul is clothed by our flesh.
Mm. There it is.
We can't even see ourselves.
Church, God damn it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
this nigga is
Yeah, man. You
stupid,
ain't
bro.
seeing
I
your
love
face,
Rick,
man.
bro.
You ain't
Good
seeing
shit, good shit,
That
child. Good
nigga.
shit.
Hey,
I'm gonna let
Rick.
that go.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick. I appreciate the shout outs too, big dog. When I was missing in
Oh,
action,
you,
big
hey,
dog.
man.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, keep coming, fuck with a fat guy, man. You understand? I'm getting my weight up, not my hate up. Yeah, man. I ate a steak tonight. I'm trying to get there.
Baby.
All right, child. Mute your mics. Let's go to the next subject, baby. Good shit.